Hello everyone, and welcome back to Jesse Hecht Creative. Today we're going over the retro-carded versions of Snake Eyes, Recondo, and Beachhead from the G.I. Joe Classified series. Now let's get to it. We've seen a similar sculpt to this with the Commando Snake Eyes, and this looks very nice and very clean and simple. The goggles are really cool, the mouth holes look great, and on the back trailing over there are some lines as well as this sort of patch-looking thing back here. That's really nice. Couple ruffles and good textures over here with this neck piece, and we have some good articulation as well, side to side on the dumbbell all the way around, up and down. It's all just great. The body is very simple. I believe we've seen this before though. It looks really nice though. We do have a lot of detail on the arms, very good with this over here, as well as some green on the gloves. And the harness over here with another flashbang, as well as a knife you can't take out. A couple pieces over here as well on the back, looking nice with this hole over here for the backpack. And the articulation is nothing new. It's stuff we've already seen before from different Joes and everything. It is pinless tech though, so I do appreciate that. It's very nice. And the body isn't really hindered that much by articulation with this piece. It works out really well, and it's just super cool. The legs have a little bit of green on the buckles. They look nice over there. There's a lot of nice texturing for these pants as well as the boots. They look great. He's got a holster for a pistol as well as a holster for a knife. And the articulation once again is the same as every other Joe. Drop down hips going up pretty far and back pretty far over here with an all the way back over here, hard to maneuver. With swivels at the thigh up here, kind of hard to crack, as well as the boot, a little bit gummy over there, and then down and up, and then a pivot with two pegos above it with the treaded feet, looking great with all the legalese down there. Shaping up this retro Snake Eyes to be a very great Joe. I like him a lot. He comes with an Uzi that fits nicely in his hand. It's almost his signature weapon in a way. It looks really cool. This pistol that we've probably seen before fits nicely too. And it comes with a silencer you can port onto it, as well as having a port for blast effects on the top, looking very nice. And both can be stored neatly in the holster. This knife has some really nice sculpting. I love the green on the handle, and the black for the blade is pretty cool too. It's a nice knife and has a little more detail than I expected. And also fits nicely within the sheath here. The sheath actually looks really cool. He comes with this really cool bag that has 3 of something in it. I'm not really sure what it is. It looks like they have little screw caps on, and it fits nicely over his shoulder. And the articulation. He also comes with this bag of whatever it is. There's 3 of them, and they have little caps on the top and also sort of pouches. They look nice but can't really be opened at all. And the strap is way too intricately detailed for such a small accessory, but I really appreciate it, and it actually is long enough and big enough for him to fit over his head on the opposite shoulder. My favorite accessory of the bunch though are these new flashbangs or grenades or whatever they are, Cheese Whiz cans. They just look wonderful. The paint and printing on them is really immaculate. You can even read the lettering on it. It's so nice to see. Just great. Perfect. And while there isn't really a place to store the flashbangs on his person, I did put them on the strap of the bag and they fit really nicely. I also switched it around a little bit because the bag really interferes with this knife over here. And now that he's all kitted out with all his accessories, Snake Eyes is ready to rock on his stand. The stand looks really nice too, has the Joe logo on it. It is just great for this figure. Here is the retro Commando Snake Eyes next to the regular Commando Snake Eyes we got from the Timber 2-pack. And while I do like how this one looks, the retro is the way to go for me. It's much simpler, cleaner, and overall looks better to me. Snake Eyes is a pretty stealthy guy after all, just like his number 2 Snake Eyes, all black version on the right. He's so perfect, my personal favorite Snake Eyes, but this Commando Retro is a close second, with this retro Commando Snake Eyes standing at about 6¼ inches tall or so. Recondo's head sculpt is the same as we've seen before. The paint's a bit different. I feel like the eyes don't look as good to me. The mustache is much better though. And the business in the front, party in the back. Mullet is really nice. What is up with his ear though? That looks kind of weird. Yeah, the hair is really great. The ears are strange. The face is just okay though. And that bottom lip is curled into a sneer. The articulation is nice too. Swivel up and down all the way around. It's pretty good. Major Steve Irwin Crocodile Hunter vibes from this outfit. I do love how it looks though. This is great. If you want a custom for Steve Irwin, now's your chance. He has a holster over here in brown, as well as this kind of compass looking thing over there. That's really great painted, and then some nice paint all the way around for this is really great. He has bare arms up to the bicep with his sleeve rolled up and not down to the elbow like the other figure did on this side. Also, he has a little insignia, a shield thing that looks pretty cool. And the articulation for him is standard for most Joes. Butterfly joint, forgot to mention that earlier. You get a swivel over here, up all the way and down with a swivel, and then a hinge going up and down for the gun hand. And a nice watch with a swivel over here and an up and down same way for the gun hand over here. The leg sculpting is from Tiger Force Flint all the way down to the boots, but the printing is really familiar. I'm not sure where I've seen it before on a figure for G.I. Joe. But they do look fantastic with colors really nicely spread out everywhere, as well as some nice paint on the boots. I really appreciate how that looks. And the articulation, same as always, down, up, and then up pretty far, and then down pretty far over here, with all the way up over here as well, and a down and a swivel up here, and then a swivel down there, down and up, and pivot. With 2 peg holes at the bottom of the feet, all the legalese you ever need. Crunch back, crunch forward, swivel, crunch over there, at least all the way around very nicely. And while this isn't my favorite version of Recondo, I do respect how it looks. It's really nicely done and great for customs. Here's what's missing. The hat is like half the figure for me. It looks great. I don't know if it's the same mold as previous, most likely though, different color scheme, and I like it a lot. His backpack's also pretty cool. Just place that on, you get a sleeping bag on top, as well as a bunch of buckles and everything, a canteen, which this is painted a little bit better though. The texturing is nice too. We've seen this pistol and this knife before. They came with the previous Recondo and fit very nicely in his hands. And you could of course store him up here and down here. We've also seen Recondo carry this same rifle. A lot of this is reuse, honestly. It's done in green with some wrappings around it that look pretty nice and are painted very well. Pretty cool. And all kitted out, Recondo looks really good, but I can't put a finger on why I don't like him as much as I probably should. Here is the retro Recondo next to the Tiger Force Recondo and my Kit Bash Recondo that I made. While I didn't think we'd actually get a regular Recondo, I'm kind of surprised we got one so soon. I really love the look of the Tiger Force one and my Kit Bash, but the retro just doesn't do it for me. I think it might be color blocking, honestly. There's just too much of one color on this figure. But eventually, with a bit of kit bashing, I think I'll come around to this one and like him a little bit more. And switching around some weapons here and there between the Tiger Force and the retro actually looks pretty good. I kind of like the lighter color weapons on the darker color Recondo and the darker color weapons on the lighter color Recondo. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and hit the bell icon for more creativity. Now let's get back to it. Beachhead comes with the same head sculpt as the previous figure. I do like how this looks, but I don't know. The dark green isn't really doing it for me. Maybe I'm just weird or something. The eyebrows and eyes look really great. Very bushy eyebrows and very steely eyes. They are looking a little bit off to me, though. To the side, it's kind of a shame on the eyes. And if you're wondering where his hat is, it's right over here. It's kind of a shame they didn't give him one to wear. I love his hat. It makes him so great and separate from the other Joes. And for articulation, it's very retro. You get back pretty far and forward pretty far, no dumbbell here, swivel over here, as well as a little bit of pivot for this head sculpt. Nice neck there, by the way, for this pretty good beach head sculpt. The base body we've seen from Snake Eyes just a few minutes ago, so nothing really much to go over here as far as articulation goes. This vest is really nice though. I'm not even sure what all these are, maybe magazines or something, and a bunch of pouches over here. Who drew this? Liefeld? And on the back we get some differing textures over here with a tiny grenade over there and a hole for the backpack. Not sure what this stuff is though. It's kind of a blemish on the figure, sadly. I do like the 75 on here. It's tempoed pretty well for this nice beachhead body. It's really good. And the legs once again have those stripes that remind me of Tiger Force, and the dark green with the sort of brown pants. Again, the color scheme isn't really that great for me, similar to Recondo. It's just kind of weird and earthy and muddy and grassy and just weird to me. The boots look very nice though, with this weird knife strap on there that always bothers me, and a really nice array of buckles and pouches and holsters over here that look really cool. And for the legs we get down and up and then all the way up pretty far, really hindered by those holsters and stuff, back pretty far as well, with all the way back working out really great, as well as a swivel over here and a swivel over here, and then a down and then an up and then a pivot with 2 peg holes in the feet, and the butterfly joint works really well with Snake Eyes and Beachhead. I really like this figure, but I don't love it for some reason. I don't know, I guess I'm used to having the other Beachhead color scheme. This backpack from the previous figure looks very nice. I do like how it looked on the other Beachhead and this Beachhead. It fits pretty well, but again, the peg is really short and it doesn't want to fit as well as it should. He comes with the same pistol and silencer already built in package, as well as the same flashbangs and the same bag as the retro Snake Eyes. It's not bad reuse, it's just reuse. It's still pretty good on him. And those both can be stored in the holster, the same as Snake Eyes, just reversed. It's pretty cool, actually. He comes with 2 knives, one in green and one in black over here. They do look really cool and they're differently shaped, and I gotta hand it to them. It's pretty cool to have 2 of these. The green one fits better on the top, while the black one fits better on the bottom. Beachhead also comes with this rifle gun thing. It's pretty neat, but it's really hard to get this in here as evidenced by this stress mark. That's kind of sad on that. It does look nice, and I think this is a spare piece. Yeah, that comes off. That's pretty cool. Different ways you can customize your weapons for your Joes, and it looks great. It also has that hole in the end for a blast effect. My weapon of choice, though, 9 times out of 10 for Beachhead is his crossbow. It looks really cool. He doesn't come with any arrows or anything, but it's super nice to see after a while. I miss this weapon. It's super cool, looks great, and is really neat. And I don't think I knew this first time around, but you can store the crossbow in the backpack slot hole here. It's kind of difficult, but it works well after a little bit. And all kitted out on the stand that he comes with, Beachhead looks amazing with those weapons. The colors really balance him all out. Here is the retro Beachhead next to the original Beachhead over here, as well as the Tiger Force Kit Bash Beachhead I made. They all look nice together, but I really am leaning towards the retro. I just love how it looks. The accessories are great, and while I do think this is nice, it's just way too bulky for me. I prefer leaner, meaner Joes at least, and this retro one satisfies that, but this one is actually pretty good in that regard as well. And giving the retro carded Beachhead the hat makes it much better in my opinion. It looks so good. And retro carded Beachhead stands at about 6 inches tall or so. And here are the 3 retro figures in this review from most to least favorite. Snake Eyes is the best for me. I just love him. Beachhead's next, and sorry Recondo, better luck next time. Overall, Retro Joe's right again. Despite the flimsy card back and old school look of the figure, the Commando Snake Eyes is the way to go. I love how this figure looks. The little spots of green really make it great, but those flashbangs and other weapons really sell the figure for me. Recondo is just alright for me. The color scheme isn't that great, and I do appreciate the effort, but really this one's a rehash of the previous, which is much better. Beachhead is a very solid figure. I love how he looks. He's actually, I think, a great amalgamation of both Commando Snake Eyes Retro and the original Beachhead. They took the best parts from each and made a really great figure here. I love how he looks, and even though I missed the hat, I still love the fact that all of his weapon colors really complement the colors of the figure existing. If you're a fan of G.I. Joe, the Classified series, or Yo Joe in general, then you'll love these figures, but if not, I would highly recommend getting the Snake Eyes and Beachhead figures from the Retro line. But make no mistake, Yo Joe Retro! So which figure here is your favorite? Snake Eyes, Recondo, or Beachhead? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching Jesse Hecht Creative. Make sure to click like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. You can also visit us at jessehechtcreative.com for more reviews like this one. Thank you so much for watching, and keep being creative. Stay tuned.